panel discussion on customer-oriented designs and product development. I would like to call upon on the stage our chairperson for this panel, Dr. Rupak Vasisht. He is our Chief Executive Officer and Director General, the Apparel, Made-Ups and Home Furnishing Skill Sector Council under Ministry of Textiles, Government of India. I would like to call upon our moderator, Ms. Dolly Bhasin, the founder, SmartEdge FashionTech. Our next esteemed panelist, Ms. Tsion. She is the founder and creative director, MISS.T.CAL, Apparel Design. She is from Ethiopia. I would like to call upon Ms. Samiksha Bajaj. She is our co-founder and CEO of SAMSHEK. And also I would request our founder CEO of NFDI, Dr. Ajit Nigam, to join these team panelists. Thank you.
Sustainability and circular economy. Before we begin, I'd like to invite Dr. Rupak Vasisht to please just throw some light on customer-oriented design, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Rupak Vasisht, and as introduced earlier, I am the CEO and the Director General of Apparel, Made-Ups and Home Furnishing Sector Skill Council. So basically, to be very frank, I was not supposed to be the chairperson of this particular session. I will be the chairperson of the next session. But nevertheless, as far as this topic goes, as far as our organization is concerned, let me tell you, it's basically this comes under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and we skill people. We ensure that to provide. First of all, we make the standards. We make the standards for various job roles across the country and in the apparel sector, and then ensure the skilling takes place as per those standards which we have made, and on one side the unemployed youth get they get the employment, and on the other side the industry gets the skilled manpower. This is my department, my office, which does that. And since 2014, we have skilled and certified more than 1.7 million persons in the country. So 1.7 million persons have not only been certified, they have actually, most of them have got jobs and entry or induction into the apparel sector. And many of them have started their own production, their own boutiques or their own business as well. So here, as far as this particular session goes, customer-oriented design and product development. Now here, so my take on this is that we have two centers of excellence. One is in Delhi, one is in Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. And there, in fact, we make sure as far as the skilling is concerned, that is as per the requirement of the industry. Means the tailor-made management development programs take place. The tailor-made supervisory development programs take place over there. And we also, a lot of research actually goes on there. And in case of COVID, now we had, with the help of a few countries, in fact, which are combined efforts, the copper-infused masks, in fact, we were able to produce. And as these days, basically, it's more like customer-oriented designs, and this product development should take place basically as per the demand of the customers, basically. This is my limited take right now on this subject, and we'll go as the session further proceeds, please.
Thank you so much, sir. We have another esteemed panelist. She have joined. Her name is Ms. Chaudhary. She is a founder and CEO of Bahru. Please.
So in the meantime, I'd just like to request to really play Daria Martelli, the founder of Daria Martelli, Italy. She's, as I just mentioned, she's basically from Italy, and she has been co-mentor at SBC FashionTech Milan, and we've been really talking about the subject, which is the Eco-Textiles and Eco-Handloom. So we had requested her to come here, but she couldn't make it because of her previous engagement. So she sent a video, and I'd like to take 2 minutes of yours to really go through the video. Please.
The fashion industry is going through a big transformation due to the unsustainable impact that its practices have on the planet and people's safety. In the new worldwide landscape that is taking shape, some of the old rules don't work any longer. The actors of the fashion industry, regardless size and segment, need to engage with the fact that after a period of reckoning, it's time for a huge awakening that can no longer wait to happen. I want to bring your attention on two among many of the most hazardous and common practices of the fashion industry. I'm talking about the overproduction and the short life cycle of product, which have both extremely dangerous consequences for the planet and people. The overproduction is mainly responsible for intense use of raw materials, with strong consequences on the environment and biodiversity. Let's look at some numbers. Since 1975, the global production of textile fibers has almost tripled, and the number of garments produced annually has doubled since 2000 and exceeded 100 billion for the first time in 2014. The short life cycle of product impacts strongly on the amount of waste produced every year, which have converted areas of our planet into open-air landfill. Let's look at some numbers about this. European consumers discard about 11 kilograms of textile per person every year, and for every 5 garments produced, the equivalent of 3 ends up in landfill or incinerated. Every second, the equivalent of a rubbish truckload of clothes is burned or buried and landfilled. The overproduction and the short life cycle have grown as the fast fashion became popular during the last decades. Effective marketing campaigns and the rise of the importance of social influencers impacted strongly on our consuming habits. Think that the number of garments purchased per capita between 2000 and 2014 increased by about 60%. And consumers keep clothing items about half as long as they did 15 years ago. Some estimates suggest that consumers treat their lowest priced garment as nearly disposable, discarding them after just 7-8 wears. The outfit repeating was considered unacceptable in fashion, and just only very recently this habit has been normalized, mainly supported by celebrities and influencers. So, to sum up, the consequences of our short-term mindset impact strongly on health, economy, pollution, and product. So now, let's go back to the question. What is the global market looking for? It's time to change the paradigm of the entire system and stop this take, make, dispose practices. Why we need to change everything? We face the awakening of a conscious consumer. People are getting aware every time more of the impact that the fashion industry actual model has got on the planet and people. Engagement in sustainability has deepened during the COVID-19 crisis, with European consumers wanting fashion players to act responsibly and consider the social and environmental impact of the businesses. Google Trends show that research for sustainable fashion has doubled, and among the most researched words we find eco-friendly, sustainable, vegan, recycle, upcycling, and organic. A conscious consumer is not the only stakeholder that fashion brands have to face in regard to sustainable topic. Institutions, international organizations, and United Nations have been working to create initiatives, standards, and framework with the objective of measure and control the impact of the fashion system. Paris Climate Agreement, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, European Green Deal Circular Economy Action Plan, 2019 African Durban Declaration, China's 5-year Circular Economy Plan, circular economy strategies across Latin American countries are some among many. Brands need to focus less on newness and more on solution and improvement, on quality and durability rather than quantity. Decoupling value from volume growth is essential to achieve real positive impact. Changing the narrative is a difficult endeavor when the large industry players are fast fashion brands. But brands that want to be known for their conscious practices can no longer just be driven by a profit motive. Circular design is the opportunity to move forward. The Ellen MacArthur Foundation described a circular textile system as one that is restorative and regenerative by design and provide benefit for businesses, society, and the environment. A system in which clothes, fabric, and fibers are kept at the highest value during use and re-enter the economy after use, never ending up as waste. Circular design provides solution. To be effective, something important must be understood. Circular design is not a recovery plan to be applied at the end of a product life. Today, only 1% of the product is recycled because there is no system which is able to recover a last stage. The European Commission estimates that 80% of a product's environmental impact is determined during its design stage. Whether it's a raw material extraction, manufacturing, distribution, the product use, and its end of use, the environmental impact of the choice made during the design phase is enormous. Sustainability is not just about materials. Circular design and sustainable principles rethink the whole process. They act on the inefficiencies of the actual system. They spot the mismanagement possibilities. They apply strategies based on new models, new value, new processes. And now let's look at a case study which bring all these principles and transform waste in value and job opportunity. I'm talking about the Sorting for Circularity Indian project, started from Fashion for Good and Reverse Resource. They start from an analysis that says the following. India is a critical hub, not only for textile production and consumption, but also as a global post-consumer textile waste destination.
We will take it later because we have quite a bit of time. Maggie, please kindly proceed with your session. Thank you.
So, I'd now like Samiksha Bajaj to really talk about what she's been doing, especially on consumer design and the technology related to how do you really help consumers much better choose the right product, especially for women.
Hi, good evening everyone. Thank you Dolly for this wonderful opportunity to share the experiences that we are doing for the past almost 7 years now. So we run basically a fashion brand by the name of SAMSHEK, which just talks about women, how we can make every woman beautiful, irrespective of whatever size they are. Might be an extra small or might be 9XL or might be 5XL. So when we talk about the consumer behavior in terms of fashion, I mean, every woman faces challenges. Okay, let's say when we talk about Western clothing, every woman face challenges. Okay, are we confident enough to, does this suit us? Should we buy it? Should we wear it? What kind of a design should go with our body? So we came up with the concept of customization. Customization is not on a bespoke level, but on a mass level, where you can actually see that you don't have to follow your what people are wearing, but what actually suits on your body. So we came up with the technology that, what about virtual mirrors? What about 3D body scanning technology? That sitting anywhere in the world, you can scan your body on your phone and get the measurements and see that this particular measurement will help you to buy the right outfit in your particular size. So what basically we help them, that by giving them a right design. So for example, we go for a shopping. Let's take an example of Zara. We go to the shopping and we just see this particular dress. It's good for me, but it's not working well on my arms. I need to hide my arms because I'm 5XL, or I'm 6XL, or I'm extra small. I need to have longer sleeves. Why don't we give an option to them to do a customization on the website and just see how you can increase the length of the sleeves as per your body shape. And then you can actually get that garment within the next 48 hours sitting anywhere in India. So that's how we came up with the conclusion that women anywhere in the world, or let's just start from India, she can just customize as per her body shape. She doesn't have to feel like, okay, how should we buy this? Where should we go for that? So slowly and steadily, we started executing the whole process by introducing so many technologies like 3D body scanning, virtual trial rooms that we're coming up in the next couple of months, and the option of customization by making the whole system sustainable model, by not overproducing the garments, by making what exactly the customer needs. So our special team helped them to understand. I mean, we do a lot of styling sessions where women who are extended sizes and they don't understand what to wear, how to wear, when to wear, and what should they wear with that, not only with the outfit, but how the whole outfit will look like. So we give them a special sessions in terms of a design kind of a thing, that this particular design will go well. You don't have to follow your peers or your Bollywood celebs, that I should wear whatever. So in terms of design, it's all about the confidence that we create under the women. That with this particular design, you will feel specifically confident. I mean, clothing is not only about you just wear it for sake of wearing it. You need to be confident about it. So that's how we created special designs. So we have around 450 styles with an archive of 5 million units in our archive, where it fits for every woman. You don't have to be into a standard sizing and standard designs what are available in the market. So with the help of our technology, customer gets an options to explore from 5 million units which are digitally available for the customer, and they can choose from that. So this was not possible for us to be with a regular export system or regular brand system. Without taking help of a technology, we were not able to do that. So with this kind of a system, we have started with the SOMO model, that we do all digital designs, and then once the design is, when the customer has been given that design, she will choose it as per her body shape, and then she will get it within 48 hours. So the designs are being made as per the customer. They don't have to choose what is available in the market.
So thank you, Samiksha. I think this is one of the things that I was talking about earlier, that we need to really look at designs which are specifically made and catered to the consumer requirements and maybe customized through the digital twin or a digital version of the product. And once the person can remotely try on that product in a digital avatar, you can actually now really produce a garment that fits you exactly the way you do when you go to a tailor to really get a customized fitting for yourself. And this is the trend that we need to watch out, and this is something that is already happening through the technology intervention right here. So I now request our friend from Ethiopia to really share her experience, because she's also into custom friendly products. So please.
Thank you guys so much for having me. So my name is Tsion Bahru. I'm the founder and the creative director of MISS.T.CAL Apparel Design and Special Events. So customization is really one of the core things in my company. When we think about Ethiopia, customization is mainly done on the traditional garment. Modern wear is not so much customized, but modern wear is also not so much produced. So what we do mainly is focus on custom for individuals as well as companies. Earlier, Mr. Mentioned that face masks was a big deal in customizations, and that was actually one of the elements that made my company very lucrative and made it boom, because that's when I started working strongly with companies. And putting their logo on the masks was a big deal, and that was one of the greatest product line that existed at that time. So basically, customization for me is consultation. I'll tell you deeper, but for individuals, especially women, we customize for women mainly. We don't do custom clothes for men right now. We talk about body image per se. And that's one of the biggest important things that a designer or any clothes making manufacturing company can understand. The data you get from these individuals is actually very valuable. For example, if you get about 5 women that ask for the same kind of product, for the same kind of design, there you go, you already have an answer of what to make in mass per se, or what is actually in demand right now. And so customization for me was basically something that taught me. I started the company as a customization company, but then now we also entered into ready-to-wear garments. But that's because the customization part gave me so much data, gave me so much information to where I understood the market. And that's when I was able to produce ready-to-wear outfits. The processes for individuals as well as companies is similar. The only difference is that when you're talking to individuals, one woman, you would have to really get into their life. I actually personally stalk their social media pages. I see what kind of style they want, the sizes, what they go for usually, and that's when I start to create from that. For companies, it's usually simple. You give them a sample, put on their logo for it, very simple. But the individuals is where I really want to focus on, because that's the information that really helped me. Other than that, I feel like customization was great on feedback. The fact that you take an order, design, make a sample, show it to the person, and then they give you the feedback. Like I said again, like it's the learning curve for me. It takes you so much higher and it makes you rise up. And this is where the social media age also came into help, because most of our orders come through social media and Instagram, direct messages. We engage so much with the customers to where later on we also turn them into the event customers. That's when we invite them to participate in our parties and events, and everything becomes really close. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your views on customization, especially for your country, how it is really being offered. So I'd like to request Dr. Nigam to really share his thoughts, mostly related to the technology interventions in the consumer sector as to how it is affecting the choices of the product design.
But I would like to look at it from a slightly different perspective. For me, performance and functionality are two major elements when we start looking at larger customers and not individual customers. That's the focus which you had. I would like to look at industrial customers. For example, the use of a particular type of fabric customized to oil rigs, or look at in a factory. That is also customization, and you need to look at the B2B segment out of it. And when we look at that, we find that there is a very large market to that, which the industry has not really addressed. So for example, there could be fabric plus the design getting into absorption of sweat in a shop or in a high altitude situation. So that is the orientation I want this panel to also deliberate on. That and gathering that data is not an easy task. When you look, for example, high altitude special purpose clothing, okay, this in a military situation, this in a athletics situation, this in a monitoring situation, because it starts becoming contextual. You can have a base case, and then orientations can be made to suit that. And how do we gather all this data using technology? Maybe using machine learning from this perspective, and come out with the new designs. If the situation goes moves to a particular direction, can we have those kind of designs built in? Probably we really don't know, but that's something we as an industry must explore further. Over to you, Ranju.
So you touched upon a very important aspect of the orientation towards your consumers, because that has given birth to what is called the technical textiles.
Correct.
And smart wearables. Now these are the two new categories which we need to really take cognizance of very specifically, because they are not only personalized, but they are also able to really give you a lot of information about the user and help them to really overcome challenges as safety challenges or challenges in terms of their health monitoring, and give them alarms and give them some kind of understanding of what's really going on. For example, if there is a camouflage cloth that you are wearing that basically protects the people at the frontiers and help them to really overcome some of. And if you have an additional coating which also gives you a biosensor or a sensor which actually gives you a warning before somebody is really about to really pounce on you. These are certain things which are very new, but that is a huge market waiting out there to be explored. Thank you very much for your inputs. So we'll now move on to another aspect of very, very customized products, and we have with us your name?
Ms. Chaudhary from
Ms. Chaudhary from Apology. So why don't you really share your thoughts on the customization that you have been doing with the bamboo products, and very specifically the line that you have introduced recently?
Thanks a lot, Dolly ji. I mean, you have always been my inspiration in terms of whenever we talk about the sustainability. Well, I would like to share my experience that I have spent almost 19 years in the fashion industry, and post working in the fast fashion industry, working for the corporates, always focus on the targets and sales targets and delivering the profit margin and ROI to the organization. During the pandemic, I decided to move on to the sustainable venture. So before starting our venture, Bambology, I prefer to work with some of the European customers to understand what sustainability is all about and what are the parameters which the international market look for. So there we understood that there are 3 parameters in terms of labor, whether the labor is paid wages like in a justified manner, so board certified firms should be there. If the fiber is done in a right company who is not exposing of any hazardous waste, then the firm should be Eco-Textiles certified, whether it's dyeing or whether it's textile mills. So moving, understanding all those aspects, serving to the international European customers, we moved on to start our sustainable venture, which is a bambologytrends.com. Before starting a sustainable venture, we decided what will be our focus customer. So we focused on a health and hygiene, focusing on health and hygiene. It was really difficult to reach to the point that which fiber will help us the best way in terms of the need of the attire. So as we have to work for the innerwear and sportswear, we done a lot of R&D in terms of linen, hemp, and other sustainable organic cottons, and then we reached to the decision that yes, bamboo is the right fiber we are looking for, which is ultra soft, which is antibacterial, antimicrobial, which is anti-odor, which is you can say requires 1/3 amount of water compared to the cotton. So as sustainable means using the less resources. Less resources means the natural resources. So we choose bamboo because it requires 2700 liters less water compared to any cotton t-shirts. So by replacing one cotton t-shirt, we are saving 2,700 liters of water and reducing the consumption of 500 grams of pesticide in the nature. So now luckily, I mean, this venture is not much old. It has been almost a year starting this venture. Successfully, we have sold out more than 400 units, and out of them only 4 units have been exchanged for the sizing. And our customer is a repeat customer. They are very happy and satisfied with our ultra soft, antimicrobial, sweat wicking, and anti-odor product, which is a need of health and hygiene for the planet and the people. So we are completely focused on a health and hygiene. We are majorly working towards a line of active wear and innerwear.
So thank you very much for that insightful decision. Bamboo is one of the most underutilized product in the textile industry right now. But I think with your range of products, we would see a lot more happening in this space. So I'll throw back one more effort to really understand, Samiksha, from you. What are your this thing on sustainability? Because you've also been a sustainability champion in various forums. So what exactly are you doing in sustainability, and how do you see circular economy shaping up in India and abroad?
So I would say sustainability, though it's a very old term, started in fashion good 2 decades back almost. But fortunately, I heard this term in 2014 when I was in London College of Fashion. And when these big groups like Kering and Louis Vuitton and all those big groups started actually executing small steps in sustainability. The way Daria said in the presentation that sustainability is not only about textile waste or about overproduction, it is a complete process. It is a complete process of fashion manufacturing that includes manufacturing, textile waste, consumer behavior. Then only we can actually achieve the sustainability, which is good next 2 decades of hard work if you put into it. On behalf of SAMSHEK, what we have tried to do is that rather than overproducing all the garments, why not to make everything once the order is being placed? By that, you don't only save textile, but also you reduce the overproduction, which is being, as India is a hub of producing lakh units or million units every time for the brands which are being sold in Europe or America, and after that they have no idea where this overproduction is going on. It's just dumping into landfill. But now talking about it and making it happen is 2 different things. So we filed our patent in supply chain that everything has to be robotic, starting from cutting, robotic sewing machines. AI should be used in finishing, less of people there, to create that SOMO model or mass customization, to achieve that mass customization instead of mass production. Now, doing mass customization with the manual help is not possible. So we got the patent in America for the complete supply chain where you can replace mass production with mass customization. So let's say if you have 1 lakh unit order in 1 day, which you can, with the help of technology, which we call as automated cutters, robotic sewing machines, and AI in finishing, and then all the tailors, all the machines are being mechanized by a lot of softwares into it to produce 1 lakh unit per day. So that's how we introduced the supply chain innovation in starting with India, as we have a unit in Noida. And our whole aim is to get that process executed in next 5 years with a fully automated digital factory, which is being right now a hot topic. And if you talk about like Germany or if you talk about in US, some companies, some investors are jumping in to test the model in the market. Companies like Tech who are offering CAD services with small units that people don't have to buy the complete software, but they can use to make the patterns instantly, use 3D design software to do the draping and test the garment without making prototypes. So the whole system, if we talk about, is a sustainable process, which as a consumer and as a fashion brand, we have to take an initiative to make this happen in coming future. The way H&M has announced that by 2030, they're going to be using complete sustainable textiles. Similarly, Zara is coming up with the same race that they also have to come up with the sustainable fabrics. So on the whole, sustainability is all about starting from the first step of making a design to end production, and then creating a awareness in the customer that you don't have to go with the fast fashion. Don't expect all the brands that they come up with, they change the line every 10 days. The way customer is behaving. I mean, then it is a responsibility of fashion brands to come into the picture and create the awareness. Create that social media campaigns to create that awareness of sustainability, that you don't have to buy clothes every time. I mean, don't follow fast fashion. That's how we can actually start, executing sustainability in coming, to save the environment in coming future. But on the whole, we have taken a step forward to create a digital, first digital factory, executing the complete digital factory in the next 5 years. So that's what our bit is. Then there are a lot many other things when you talk about technology like virtual mirrors, which is happening. So people who are, let's say today on Myntra, when we talk about, they order 5 sizes. Might be 2 sizes fit them well, or 3 sizes they'll return back. Introducing with virtual mirrors, they will not order more sizes. They will order specific size when they know about their measurement and they see how it looks like. So those small things from the industry perspective and from the customer perspective makes the sustainable process. So it's kind of a awakening call for everybody in the industry to come forward, join hands, and take the step ahead in terms of sustainability. We as a startup, as a fashion brand, we have taken few initiatives to make this whole process as a sustainable fashion brand.
With the permission of Dolly, I'm actually troubled by certain things which I wanted to place before. And I also talk about technology, but on the other hand, there is this huge requirement of employment generation, and that is something which we need to really bring to the fore. Yes, I know technology is critical, and I'm for it, but this dilemma of in a country like this, we move towards technology and the employment becomes a problem. How do we resolve it? This is something I would really like to have your observations on. Dolly, if I may.
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that really, we had this debate some time back at one of the forums that I had earlier attended. And one thing that came out very clear, that there are 2 ways of looking at things. One is really improving the efficiency of the system, and other is basically providing ethical, being ethical in your entire supply chain. So these 2 need to go hand in hand. So you need to really devise mechanism which basically cater to both the areas and choose the products based on whether you need to really reuse the product and make it more, so in terms of the fashion, if it is a couture brand, you go into very high tech to really kind of make it a single piece or a customized piece. Whereas when you really do the same for the casual wear, then you really look at the other sustainability aspects, which basically look at the production process more from the sustainable material aspect and the sustainability from the point of view of. There is a mechanism where you could use both together, but at the same time bring in the best out of both the world.
Yeah, just would like to intervene. So sorry. We have a visit of the Honorable Home Minister at 6 o'clock, and the protocol and the security protocol will come for the recce at 5:30. So we need to vacate it by 5 as per the. I just got a call from the Ministry of Home Affairs. So we have a shortest time. We have to wrap it up, and then we have one more session. Sorry for the inconvenience.
So I think we'll wrap it up. Parting comments, if you could just request from the chair.
In fact, I just wanted to add, as far as the circular economy is concerned, I think first of all, I'm sure everybody is in sync about what exactly circular economy is. I believe then perhaps it could be more meaningful to go further into this. Now, a few facts related to the circular economy here in India. The major production, the major process, the reverse process of making yarns from the old garments actually take place in Panipat. 4,000 crore worth of business takes place every year. The major challenge which in fact the government is facing, we are facing right now, is that first of all awareness. The awareness itself in the system about the like what exactly is the circular economy, how is it beneficial for the planet, for the overall planet. I mean, this is what perhaps more awareness first of all is needed as far as the circular economy is concerned, and thereafter perhaps then changing the technology as such. Right now, what we are using right now is a 40 or 45 years old machinery to convert the garments into yarns. So that is also, so what we, as far as the Sector Skill Council is concerned, now we have taken this up now, and we will be in fact, making the entire country aware of that. We are trying to see the best of the latest technology. Incidentally, Pakistan is using the latest technology right now as far as circular economy is concerned. So we will be in fact taking the help of various experts, taking the new machinery, bringing the new machinery and technology to our country, and making and developing the skills accordingly, so that more and more these garments are able to be to be made as fiber and then yarns, and we help the planet to survive. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So with that, we'll end the session. Thank you very much, panelists, for giving such insightful. I hope you will continue this dialogue further.
Thank you so much, Dolly ma'am. Thank you so much. I would like to thank you so much all the panelists, and thank you so much for the cooperation and for understanding.
Please, quickly.
Yeah, group photo, please.
Photo, please. Please, we cannot.
And this, please come on the dais.
Wait a minute. Thank you very much.